Hello friends, my name is Koolio and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we're taking a first look impressions video for GRANDCHASE. Now before we get into the video, I gotta let you know that this video is sponsored by GRANDCHASE, and so if you want to show them the Koolio crew love, then head on down to the description down below and download the game today. Now not only are they sponsoring this video, but they've also given us an amazing opportunity to have a giveaway. Now, with this giveaway, you have the opportunity to win a $20 Google Play Store gift card. Now, I've only got 2 of these to give away, and so if you want to be entered in with the possibility of winning one of these gift cards, what you got to do is go and play GRANDCHASE, and then let me know down below in the comment section who is your favorite hero and why. And so let me show you guys my personal favorite hero, who is just absolutely crazy. So let me head over to my party. It's this guy right here, this teddy bear dude. He's just, he's a giant ferocious teddy bear that looks like he killed a tiger and is using its coat as armor and is carrying around a baby that's protecting, and he's my tank character. His name is Grizzly Bear and Panya. I just think he's a really funny and interesting character, and I've been having a lot of fun, and he's been a really great asset to my team. So it's just been an absolute blast. Now, if you guys haven't heard of GRANDCHASE Mobile, this is the official follow-up to the popular PC GRANDCHASE action platformer game. However, they've taken that gameplay style and they've changed it into what they're calling the Gather and Slay gameplay mode, which I'm going to show you right now through the combat system. Now, the combat in this game is pretty interesting. It's kind of a combination of real-time action combat and strategy. So you'll see kind of what that means when we actually jump into the battle. And I'm going to show you some of this other things with the heroes and things a little bit later. I actually just want to show you guys the combat system first before I show you everything else. Now, the game does have an auto combat system, which I recommend using if you're just going to grind through some of the lower levels. However, you're going to get to a point through things such as the story missions, as well as in the trial towers, where you're not going to be able to do that. You're going to actually have to pay attention to where your characters are. The other thing too is the story in this game, I'm letting a little bit of it play out right now, is actually really funny and a pretty intriguing story too. It's about ancient heroes being flung through the future and then new heroes teaming up with them to try to stop these bad guys. There's a very large variety of different heroes and characters in this game from the original GRANDCHASE that you can collect, that you also meet throughout the story. Now, I've got the game currently on an autoplay, but I'm going to show you how the actual gameplay mechanics kind of run in to the game, but I want to show you my kind of setup that I've got going on right now. Now, on the far left, I've got my main guy. His name is Kyle. He's my main DPS character. He's got his first ability, which he can jump forward, attacking enemies in a small area of effect, and then his second ability, he spins in a circle, knocking enemies into the air, dealing a large amount of damage. My second character is Cindy. With her ability, her first ability, she will throw fire on the ground in a spinning vortex tornado, and then her second ability, she launches forth a fireball that will slowly travel forward, kind of knocking enemies back and then eventually exploding. And then I've got my healer, I believe her name is Dolly. I just got her. Her first ability is a healing ability, an instant heal ability, and then her second ability is a shield ability. With my tank character, my Grizzly Bear guy, his first ability is a shield ability. Now, I kind of like to use his shield ability first and then have Dolly's second shield ability come in later while that's on cooldown. And then his second ability, he actually will push enemies back in a cone directly in front of him. There's area of effect abilities. There are like straight shot abilities. There's abilities that affect your entire team. There's a lot of different things that you can use to kind of combo back and forth to make sure that you get the best out of it. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and turn off the auto skill and the movement system. So with this, you can actually click and move your characters around. And then if you hold, they'll actually run to that area, and then you can kind of point in which direction you want them to face. And so it kind of feels a little bit awkward at first, but you'll eventually end up getting used to, like, if you want your characters to move over here and then kind of face in the opposite direction, you can do that. Now, the reason why you want to do that is you want to gather the enemies and then use your abilities to do as much damage as possible. So I got attacked from behind, so I'm actually going to move back here and let the enemies kind of gather around, and then I'm going to jump them right here with my first ability and then follow up with his second ability to try to do as much damage as possible. Now, I am getting a little bit low on health, so I'm going to activate my healing ability followed by my shield ability, and then maybe fire off a fireball to take down some of the enemies in the far back, and then jump on them, attacking them, and then activating my second ability as well to do a massive amounts of damage. Now, that may have sounded kind of really, really fast, and the gameplay can be very fast, but it can be extremely strategic as well. As you're running through, you're trying to use your combo abilities as best as you possibly can. You're trying to gather the enemies up together. You're trying to do your AoE effects. You're trying to pay attention to your shields. You're trying to pay attention to your health. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in this game that you're trying to pay attention to a lot. Now, one thing I didn't show you, I'm going to jump in to the trial towers. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this because I'm a little bit lower than what I need to be. But with the trial towers, it's essentially an endless level grind that you're going through. You go up through this tower, you get special rewards and special rewards and stuff, clearing levels and things like that. We're gonna jump into this. However, every level is different from the previous one, and every level has their own different challenges behind them. Some of them are pretty hard. Now, before we jump into the tower and show you some of these other unique abilities, I want to show you how to power up and rank up your characters. Now, starting here on the left, let's go ahead and talk about Kyle. There's a lot of different ways that you can level him up. Some ways I haven't unlocked fully, but the three that I want to talk about mainly with you guys is upgrading, evolving, and the equipment system that this game has. The first thing is upgrading your characters. Now, depending on what high of a star rating your character has, depends on how much of a bonus you can give to them. Currently, my Kyle is at a +4. He has to get to +6 before I can evolve him to the next star rating. Now, with this, you unlock these monster cards simply by playing the game or going through different dungeons and things like that to unlock these cards, and you'll use them as resources to try to power up your characters. So these ones, though, because they're a little bit weaker, these monster cards are a little bit weaker, there's a 25% chance that they'll actually work. So if I go ahead and hit upgrade, they both failed. However, I did get a little bit of bonuses from them. And so with those bonuses, that percentage is going to help me towards the next time that I try to do it. So the more and more you grind, the more and more monster cards you use, even if they're a little bit lower, there's the possibility they'll eventually end up stacking on top of each other to get them to that next plus rating. Now, once you've got them to the certain max plus rating that you've got them at, with Kyle right now, I got to get him to a +6. Once I've got Kyle to a +6, then I can evolve him into the next star rating. Now, the way that evolution works, I'm actually going to back up. I have a character specifically made that I wanted to show you guys. Let's go ahead back home, go to my inventory, and I believe the character I wanted to show you was this one right here, who's ready to evolve. Now, with evolution, you have to find these special Evo stones. You can get them through trading them in the guild system. You can acquire them by simply playing through the game. You can get them through special dungeons and stuff like that. But you will go through, you'll gather these, and then depending on what star rating you're evolving them up to, will depend on how many you need. So a lot of the things, and one thing that you guys know, if you've ever watched some of the previous videos where I talk about these hero collectors, is I love it when their images actually change. I like to see that visual progression. Now with this character, because she's not like a main character, or he, I don't actually know, this character isn't going to change visually, but I do like the fact that they will change visually when you star rank them up. In fact, if I were to head back to the home page and head over to the diary, you can see a whole bunch of different heroes and how they're eventually going to look when they hit their max level. Now, this game is essentially a hero collector's dream. There are a lot of different heroes that you can collect, and they constantly reward you for collecting new heroes. They reward you for collecting equipment items. There's just a lot of things that you can collect as you're playing through this game, and there's a lot of really fun, interesting characters as well. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you the trial tower. It's pretty tough, and this is where I'm going to highlight what's known as like leader skills. These skills here on the far right. Now with these leader skills that you can get, you can actually upgrade them through a specific type of system. I'm actually going to go ahead and show you that real quick just so you can see how that eventually ends up working. It's called the skill research system. Now with this right now, I've currently got my Light's Judgment working towards level 3. It takes a certain amount of time depending on what level they're currently at, and you can kind of swap in and out these different abilities that you unlock as you're playing through them and leveling up your account. There's also hero training, which I don't want to get too much into, but you'll essentially get these orbs that you can use to level up all heroes within a certain area. So for example, assault heroes, I can spend a lot of these orbs just throwing them in here, leveling up the amount of damage, health, defense that assault heroes specifically have. So I've held it off long enough. Let's go ahead and jump into the battle. I can show you guys the trial towers, because they're a lot of fun. There's some crazy levels that I've seen so far, just in the first 3 that I've been able to experience. So let's go ahead, jump into this, and hopefully be able to accomplish it. I think I'm just a little bit higher than what I need to be. But each of these levels has been completely different than the previous ones that I've experienced. So got these guys up here. Throw down the fireball. Actually, we'll throw it over there. I was able to take that out. I'm gonna let these guys just kind of attack that last guy. I don't want to waste my skills on him because there might be something else popping up after he disappears. Okay, let's go down here. Okay, we've got some ghost shell things. I don't really know what those are, but I've had areas where like bosses have popped up to fight with their minions and things like that. It's been pretty crazy. Now, with these leadership skills I was talking about, in the center, you'll see this glowing orb, this like electrical bolt. If you click on that, you can access your leader skills. My first one, I can throw on the ground. It causes an area of effect damage. My second one is a healing. And then my third one is a resurrection, just in case, you know, one of my teammates ends up dying. So we're pretty sure I'm gonna finish this. I think there's some more enemies just right over here. I think these are the last enemies I need to do in order to clear this trial tower. But these things, the trial tower escalates pretty quickly, increasing the overall difficulty. So we did it. We completed the trial tower and we get some rewards. And I do have to say, this game, one of the biggest things the developers are pushing is that this game, you don't have to spend money to get the rarest heroes. There's a lot of different ways that you can get the rare heroes in this game. You can get it through the event system. If you log in for 28 days straight, you get a SR selector ticket, so you can actually select which hero you want. The level up adventure, if you beat the final level, you get an SR selection ticket. There's a lot of different ways that you can acquire SR heroes simply by playing the game. One of the other ways, and I can't show you right now because I don't have any heroes available to do that, you can do what's called fusion. Once you've got a hero that's gotten up to the max upgrade that they can possibly get at, you can fuse them with another hero of the same rating and then get a hero of higher tier. So if you take 2 S rank heroes that are maxed out, you can fuse them together and get an SR rank hero through that way. So I like the fact that the game gives you a lot of different ways that you can get these SR ranking heroes. Now there is one last thing I want to show you before we jump in and do some of the summoning, because I've actually saved my summoning for the last. Is when you first jump into the game, they're going to give you an S rank selector ticket. And I wanted to save this specifically for the video, just so I could show you some of the really cool heroes that you can collect in this game. Like, you got White Dancer Sachi, you've got, let's see, her name is Benevolent Queen Koolio, Poseidon, Nephilim, and out. There's just a lot of really cool heroes in this game. Dualahan, this like spiritual ghost guy. Now, the developers specifically told me one of the best heroes that you can get in this game that will help you complete the final level is Olivia. So I am going to go ahead and select her and summon her because she's supposed to be a really good hero. And I'm actually glad that I finally got her because she'll actually help out a lot getting through some of the lower level missions. Now, let's go ahead and end the video off by doing some summons. Now, the game does give a good amount of gems. I haven't gotten enough to be able to do the rare premium hero summons, but the game does start you off with enough of these tokens or whatever to use to do a special 10 hero summon. I'm gonna do it in the Rin special. They give you a total of 11 of them, so this is the first time I've ever summoned, so I don't know how the animations and stuff are gonna look, so we'll just hope that we get something really cool. The Sharkman Hekar, I have to say, props to the developers. The characters in this game look amazing. Look at the security guard Ducci. What is this? Like, he's a chicken. Is he holding swords or is his hand swords? I can't tell. That is awesome. And then we got Single Leaf Spirit Hanaru. We got Mutated Stavrogin. Okay, a couple of A rank heroes. Daughter of Dawn Viola. I just met her in the story. And her story part was actually really funny. Okay, we got a duplicate of her. Manly Rocco. I met him in the story too. Trainee Lydia with a sniper. Better Nympher. Hey, she's a mage character. Ambitious Shasha. These are some really cool characters. I don't know how I'm gonna set up my team now. There's some really interesting characters. And then I think we got an SR. Please tell me we got an SR, or is it just an S rank? We got an S rank Lonely Bergamot. Siege of Taroka. Look at this guy. What is that on his back? Like a giant cannon? I think that's my final summon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. So we ended up getting 11 characters. My top one being this guy at the very end, Bergamot. Actually, I did need a ranger because I didn't have one on my team. So, well, guys, that is it for Grand Chase. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more mobile gaming videos coming in the future. As well as don't forget to go down in the description and download the game today. And make sure to let me know who your favorite hero is so that I can pick who gets the two $20 gift cards. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.